is a thing with feathers. That perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm. That could abash the little bird that kept so many warm.
Don't scream in my ear, man.
I've heard it in the chilliest land and on the strangest sea. Yet never, in extremity, it asks a crumb of me.
Well done, Sky. Well done, everybody. E.
E.
Okay, our next clue
Oh, I
is
just know it's going to be
six.
Double six.
Double six.
double 12.
Yeah, well done.
12, 12, 12.
We're nearly done with this now, Gray. You've not got many to go. Well done, you're doing such a good job. No, you haven't.
We've got handwriting.
Yeah, we do, but at least we won't be doing maths.
This is maths.
Right, look at the next question, read it out to me. What does it say? 2 times 4. Stop messing around with that.
Are you cold?
No.
Do you want my coat?
Yeah.
You want my coat? I did tell you when we left you needed a coat, and you said, I don't need a coat, Daddy. You should always listen to your mum and dad, because we're always right. How's that? You warmer now? Is that better? You happy? I've got a little surprise for you.
Can you get it out?
It's a Kinder Egg! You want it?
Yeah. Oh, I've got so many sentences.
There you go, little man.
How can I open it? Can you do it?
You know why you got this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I slept really good.
You slept really good, exactly. You didn't wake mummy or daddy up all night.
Finish that sentence. In the blue sky. Joined up nice neat handwriting. In. Beautiful, beautiful.
Why didn't you wake up last night?
Because I had a dream about superheroes.
You had a dream about superheroes?
Yeah.
What happened in it?
There was Thanos.
Thanos. Is he your favourite superhero?
Yeah. Thanos is not a superhero though.
What is he?
Baddie.
Is he a baddie, is he?
Yeah.
Do you know Thanos?
Mhm.
He is played by an actor called Josh something.
Ooh.
And that guy, Josh something, follows me on Instagram. So Thanos follows me on Instagram. Feel free to tell your friends at nursery about that.
Oh, not my phone!
No, you haven't. Let me fix it. You don't need to panic. You don't need. No, it doesn't. You don't need to panic. Calm down.
Can we go home?
Yeah, sure. Why do you want to go home? It's okay, a pigeon will eat it.
All you've done is write a black thing next to it, but you can just put it in a bubble like this, look. So no.
I don't want to.
Or, look.
I want to start again.
No, it's not.
It's a long way.
What is?
Bath is a long way.
Bath is a long way away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite far away, isn't it? How many people do you think live in Bath?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 people.
7.
How much does a house cost in Bath?
16.
£16?
Yeah.
If only, hey?
What?
If only.
What does phone?
If only.
What?
Never mind.
Daddy,
Yeah.
there's a problem with my foot.
What's the problem? Oh, your sock's come down, has it?
Yeah.
I'll fix that. Don't you worry 1 second about that. Oh dear. Is that better? Are you going to have kids one day?
Yeah.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. I think you're going to be a great dad. Five kids. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Cheers to the end of dry January. Good riddance. Oh, yes, baby. Numb that pain. Just want to quickly say thanks to everybody who sent me really nice messages of condolences. I got thousands of messages from people who have never messaged me before, just just inundated, and it just made me feel really supported. So thank you. It really helped. Anyway, I celebrated the end of dry January with buying myself a print. Look at that. I thought it summed up the 20s quite well. We're going to get that framed at some point when the frame is open.
Hey.
Go.
Hey, Andres.
Quicker, faster. Come on, child.
I'm trying.
Quicker, faster, better. Come on, child.
15.
Yes, well done. Right, find the code then.
Somebody sent me something on Twitter, which was a link to an article which perfectly summarises how grief feels. And it says grief is a bit like, or say we all have these boxes within us, and at the bottom of the box, there's a little button, a pain button. And the grief is this huge balloon thing that just fills up the box. And when it first happens, when you first find out, or when the loss first hits you, the balloon's massive, it's got nowhere to move, and it just keeps whacking that pain button. But as time goes on, the ball slowly shrinks and bounces around the box a bit more and still hits that pain button, but far less frequently, until eventually it's far, far smaller and bounces around all over the place, and every now and again, randomly, it will still hit it. I think that's a really good way to visually contextualize what the grief feels like. That's exactly what it's like. And right now the ball, it's not as small as I want it to be, but it's it's a lot smaller than what it was, which is good.
I don't know if anyone else gets this on a Monday. I just feel a bit like, ugh. I never ever normally get that horrible like Monday feeling that people get. I don't actually mind Mondays. I actually quite like Mondays because it's like a reset. But since lockdown, I'm just like, not another Monday. Anyway, I'm trying to like reframe how I think about it and be a bit more positive this week. So hopefully it kind of works and rubs off.
I am optimistic, somehow. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about the future. I think that we are going to hit a boom after this, a 1920s style boom. In the 1920s, there was this huge boom. I think there was anyway. I tend to say these things without actually knowing if there was. I'm sure there was. Let me just double check there was a boom in the 1920s. I'm sure there was, but I want to double check to make sure that there was.
Phoebe's got her little harness on, but I don't think we're going to be going out, Pip, because it's too cold.
Yes. Maybe I do know something. The main reason for the economic boom in the 1920s was technological progress, which led to mass production of food, the electrification of the world, mass marketing techniques, the availability of cheap credit and increased employment, which in turn created a huge amount of consumers. So there was a boom in the 1920s, and I think we're going to have another boom because people have been we're like a dam held back from life and civil liberties and freedoms. And I think what's going to happen is once we're allowed out again, people are just going to pour out, man. People are going to go nuts. They're going to be like, yeah, give me this life, man. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of this life while I can. And that's what I'm hoping for. It's just going to be this huge party where we're all going to go out there and have a party. There's nothing worse than a dad saying we're going to party.
Just taking the doggies for a quick lap around the park. Rufus didn't want to come and neither did Grayson because it's just so cold. So they're staying behind with Stef, and I think Stef's gonna make a start on some dinner. Basically, Pip was just going a little bit crazy. She likes to wreck things if she hasn't had a walk, so that's why we're walking. It's actually quite nice out now. It's freezing, but it's kind of moody and sunny and a little bit eerie.
I know I've been grieving my dad and the loss of my dad, but I feel like we're all almost on the same page with grief because a lot of you guys, most of you guys, if not all of you, are also grieving because you're grieving something that you, like a life that you had that you no longer have, the freedoms that you had, the businesses that you had, the relationships that you had. You're grieving the loss of a lot of stuff, and you may not feel that way sometimes. It may just feel like, it's just a bit shit, isn't it? But you're actually dealing with loss. Fair enough, I think I trump your loss, but we're still on the same page, I think. Or at least on the same, we're reading from the same book, at least. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying to be optimistic and I'm trying to focus on the good and the future and just, hope that this will, it will pass.
Look, I can jump now,
Let me see
Daddy.
you jump then. Let me see.
Look.
Okay.
Now.
Whoa, that was a big jump.
Look at this one.
Whoa, that's massive. Wow.
Look at that one.
That's so impressive. Cheers, guys. Cheers. It's good to be back.
Lockdown haircuts are happening here.
One side
You're
back.
good at being a statue, Roo.
Look at that. Did that side and now the other side.
Other side.
I really like that, yeah. Do this side now.
I realise this is quite a lot of concealer, but it's necessary in lockdown with 2 children.
Daddy, can we fight actually?
You want to fight?
Yeah.
Okay then. Come on then, you. Oh! God, you're so sweet. Okay. Hang on, you've got more there.
Stef and I have just finished dry January and I'm about to make a lunchtime margarita to celebrate. So I thought I would share with you guys how I make them because it's lockdown and everyone needs a margarita in their life. So we have Cointreau, which is like an orange liqueur, tequila, half a cocktail shaker full of ice, some limes and some salt if you like a salty rim. I am a big fan of a salty rim. Can never say that with a straight face. Okay, so first of all I'm going to squeeze my limes. So for 2 of us, we have done 4 limes. Next I'm going to add the tequila. It's 2 parts tequila to 1 part Cointreau. So I'm going to measure it out with my little... God, it seems like a lot of tequila when you haven't drank for so long. I'm like, oh. Another little tip is that you can get dark tequila or light tequila, but we always tend to prefer the darker one. And now we shake. Ready for this? Let's make sure the lid's on properly. How do they do it in like...
Rufus let Georgie have some grapes.
Hate parenting. Did you just give it a proper shake?
Yeah.
How do you shake it? My hands aren't big enough. So next you've got to salt your rims, and to do that what you want to do is grab your lime wedge and just take it halfway around your glass. You can go the whole way around, but I prefer having half salty and half plain. Don't know why, just do. Make sure it's kind of wet with lime juice and then you literally just dunk it in your salt. I don't know why, but I find that sound really satisfying. That sound, not so much. Okay, I'm gonna do both of them. So now I'm gonna salt my second rim for my drinking partner. And now we serve. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, got a little bit extra. 1.5 tequilas. And that is how we make our margaritas at home.
To the end of dry Jan.
Oh, yeah.
Well done, congratulations.
We can drink through a bit of the pain of lockdown now.
It's got a kick.
Now we just need some music on. Pretend we're in a bar in London somewhere.
Yeah.
Alexa, play Gabba.
What's Gabba?
Goober by 6ix9ine from Spotify.
I was trying to ask Alexa to play Gabba, as in the hardcore subgenre of techno born in the early 90s, and not the rap song Gobba by that bloke who looks like a rainbow that went to college in Bristol. But the truth is, I'm not surprised that Alexa got confused because she knows better than anyone how much I love me a bit of the old rap music. I already know what my haters are going to say in the comments. He's not a real rap fan. He's a spectator reading 40-year-old that listens to Damien Rice in the bath to wind down after a weekly Waitrose shop. He's only pretending to like rap to seem cool and relevant because nobody will sponsor their channel anymore. Well, you're wrong. Maybe it's just not in my nature to overshare every facet of my life on a global video platform in a futile attempt to validate my low self-esteem and crippling sense of self-worth. And as for wanting to come across cool, well, all I can say is you should probably check out the back pocket of my new jeans sometime, mate. That's right, Eversue. Let's call that a checkmate, shall we?
I am just making a cheese and tomato pita before we do our podcast because I'm starting to feel like I might get hunger rage. If I don't eat something before we talk, Stef will probably say something that annoys me. And if I've got a full tummy, then it won't annoy me.
Okay.
Oh, is it live now?
No, not yet. Don't worry, I'll give
You've made me really nervous now. My heart's like, oh.
We just finished our first live podcast, which was fun, actually. I feel like it's a great balance for us to have, because on one hand we have these hyper-realised, highly edited videos that you're watching now, and on the opposite end of the spectrum, we've got the very raw, unapologetic, unfiltered, unedited, live, vulnerable podcasts. And I think it's nice for us to have, hey,
Getting some socks.
let's get some
My
socks.
favourite socks up here.
I love you got favourite socks.
Everyone's got a favourite pair of socks.
It's a and then another one, and then all the way to bath again.
I did actually open up about something in the podcast, which I've never spoken about before. It's something that's been happening for a few years to me. Every time we upload a video, I crash. I upload the video and I crash. I spiral into a really negative headspace that lasts for about a day. It makes me feel almost like I'm not really even present. I spend the whole day feeling like I'm this autonomous creature and I'm observing it, doing it, like playing with the kids and cooking and doing stuff, but I'm not there. I'm removed from myself, and it's horrible, and I hate it. And the weird thing is, like, the more proud I am of a video and the more I love the video that I upload, the worse I feel. And you'd think I'd feel the opposite. You think it'd be the opposite of that. You think I'd feel great after uploading, but I don't. I feel horrific. And I could never work out what it was. So anyway, I opened up about it on the podcast, and a couple of our viewers said something that made a lot of sense. They were like, it could be the fact that you've invested so much of yourself into that video, that you've poured so much of you into it. Like, I do tend to go quite introspective a lot of the time and dig out stuff within me and throw it into the videos. And I think there's a sense of mourning because I've kind of like, I've released it to the world, and it's then out in the ether, and my baby is gone, and that's it. And that's it done. And that theory makes sense because the prouder I am of something, the worse the feeling is. Anyway, it's an interesting theory, but I hope I can figure out a way to stop it happening, because it's fucking annoying as hell. It's really annoying. I hate how complicated we are as human beings. I'm always so fascinated by what's going on neurologically in my brain. I'm so intrigued by it, but at the same time, I get very frustrated by it because it makes my life far more complicated than it needs to be. Yeah, anyway, on with the show.
We've just got to the park. It's such a process getting 2 children, 2 dogs, bikes, camera equipment, all in the car and then all out of the car again. Stef and I had a mission with this outing, and it was to get one of the very famous Taylor's Bagels in Bath. There's a little independent bagel place which neither of us have ever been to. I follow them on Instagram and they just look sensational. Cameraman's back in action. Got a sunny spot and a bag of bagels. Is that hot chocolate good, Roo?
That is an impressive bagel, isn't it?
Mum, take my bagel away.
George. Oh, don't you start eating that poo. No, wait, no.
This feels kind of normal.
It does, doesn't it?